Hey, what's going on everyone? I'm the OPJellicent and we're back here on Pokemon Showdown today, going to be using Choice Specs Heatran. So I was scrolling through the tier list and it turns out the only Pokemon that can actually take this combination of 4 attacks right here is Chansey. Basically every other Pokemon in the tier gets 2-hit KO'd by something. Fire Blast plus Flash Cannon is your stab. Earth Power is great to hit opposing Magearna if you don't want to click Fire Blast, as well as opposing Heatran. And then HP Grass is great against opposing Pokemon like Quagsire and Gastrodon, for example, so really hoping this can put in some work. And since Chansey was the only thing that could actually take these attacks, I figured there was no reason not to use Mega Medicham to just get kills against Chansey. So that's definitely a really nice offensive pairing with Heatran right here. Then we have Scarf Kartana as a really nice late game cleaner. Basically, Heatran is able to weaken Celesteela and Skarmory for Kartana to clean late game, as well as Lando. Offensive Lando gets blown away by Fire Blast, and defensive Lando goes down after Rocks, which is definitely very cool. So these two work really well together as well. Then we have Tapu Bulu right here. Had perfect synergy with Kartana and Heatran because obviously it weakens ground type moves for Tran, and then Kartana's Leaf Blade gets boosted under terrain, and both of them just get really nice recovery, which is great. And then we have Rock's Clef right here. I figured we wanted just some sort of pivot and rocker right here, so this was definitely a good bet. And then finally Defog Z-Torn right here. I would say the one big flaw with this team is since we're running an offensive Heatran, we're pretty weak to opposing fairy types like Magearna and Tapu Lele because Spec Psychic actually 2-hit KOs the set, which is really scary, so we gotta watch out for that, but I really think it can work out right here. It'll be down below in the description in case you guys do want to try it out. And I'll be right back with our first game. Okay, I got the first game right here. Zygarde and Tapu Lele are giant threats to my team, but I think I might be able to win the game with Medi plus Heatran alone. And if he lets me weaken the Scissor and the Landorus, maybe Kartana can win as well. I'm really scared about the Magearna though. I gotta be careful and keep my Heatran healthy right here. So, in terms of leads, I think Torn is totally fine right now. As he leads off with Landorus, I don't know if he would be Scarf Stone Edge, but I'm not risking it. I'll go Clef here. On maybe a Scarf U-turn or Stone Edge would be cool. Clef is my Zygarde check, but even if it's Banded Zygarde, it'll 2-hit KO me, so yeah, Banded Zygarde would be a problem here, but he has to predict my Bulu coming in and go for like Iron Tail or something, so that's going to be tough for him. And if I can get some plays right with my Heatran and just click Fire Blast through his team, I could be in a really great spot in that regard, because Heatran comes in on Scissor very freely every time, so he just goes for Rocks. I mean, I can trade them with him right here. He's probably Sash then. Just goes AV Mag, okay. So I'm assuming a Volt Switch comes out because I don't have any sort of hazard control, so I'll just throw off a Wish here. Yeah, and I can just try to pass it to whatever I want after, so let's see what he brings in right here. Ideally he goes Scissor because that gives me my Heatran, which is what I'm trying to get in right now. And then maybe I can just, I think Flash Cannon is probably a better bet. It'll hit the Zygarde harder. So let's go Heatran here. As he goes for Psyshock, and I get my Wish back, which is very cool for sure. This is a free Flash Cannon or a Fire Blast. I think Flash Cannon's probably my best bet right here, because even Landorus coming in will not appreciate it, and this will get 2-hit KO'd, which is what I was trying to have happen right here. So yeah, he takes a ton, and that cannot come in anymore, so that's really good for me. And in terms of expendable Pokemon, maybe Tapu Bulu here is expendable, perhaps, or maybe Clef can come in. What does Clef do for me here? Not a ton. Yeah, Clef is really expendable, actually. Let's see, he's just going to go for 1,000 arrows, right? Actually goes for Iron Tail, okay. So he does make the good play. I'll go for Moonblast here. And then what I can do after is just bring in Torn and click my Z move, or Knockoff maybe. Yeah, I think Knockoff would be a good play with Torn, because he would go Magearna, right? So, or maybe I should just go Medicham and try to get the play right. I just don't want to put myself in a bad spot with against his Kartana, so I'm going to try to preserve my Torn here as best as I can. And I'll go Medi instead right now, so what Medi allows me to do right here is just go ahead and click High Jump Kick freely. Maybe I should just Ice Punch. I'll just Ice Punch, because if he goes Scissor, I got Heatran in anyway, so I'll be able to knock out the Landorus right there, which is really cool. And basically I click Fire Blast now, which is going to be really cool. I'm assuming he might go Kartana here, and actually just goes Scissor. So he's just going to U-turn, which is very free for him, I'm not going to lie. I mean, I can go Heatran, but it just gives him a kill with the Zygarde, so I don't know if that's smart. I can also just High Jump Kick and try to weaken him for Kartana. Let's just do that, because I think a U-turn's coming out, and yeah, there's a U-turn, and basically I just weakened him for Sacred Sword, which is going to be really beneficial late game if I can weaken Lele as well, so This thing's going to come back in on 35%, which is really good for me. Goes Cart. I mean, what do I switch in here? I mean, I can go Heatran. I can also just go Torn. I think Torn can win by itself in a late game scenario, but so can Heatran, so I'll go Torn here. I'm assuming that he's maybe Scarf and wants to try to make a prediction here. And actually, after I get rid of the Scissor and weaken Kartana, I can actually win with Bulu too, so he's trying to predict what's coming in right now. If I go Heatran on a Smart Strike, I could be in a great spot, but I feel like he'll Sacred Sword, and I really can't risk Heatran right here, since it's my Lele and Magearna check, so... He goes for Leaf Blade, no crit? Of course. I actually think he might have 2-hit KO'd me without the crit. Alright, so I'll go Heatran now. And at least get some regen on that Mon, and I just gotta kill with Fire Blast if I want. So I gotta kill with Flash Cannon, right? Yeah, Flash Cannon kills everything too. But I'm just gonna click Fire Blast in case AV Mag actually takes these. Yeah, so the Zygarde goes down right there. So Specs Heatran doing some work against Zygarde, which is really great. Zygarde was a giant threat to my team. And it's looking like Heatran right here can just secure the game late game, so that's cool. Goes Lele. I'm just going to go Tapu Bulu here. He might click a Psychic type attack, I know, but Bulu is like the most expendable Pokemon right now. And I still want Heatran healthy for the Magearna, of course. I mean, the only problem is if it is actually Shift Gear Magearna, I mean, I can outspeed it with Kartana, but I need to weaken it somehow. Let's see what he clicked. Psyche MZ. I'll let Pummeling. Okay, so we're able to get the play right. And what I don't want happening right here is Scissor coming in for free. It's actually really healthy, so I'm going to make a double here into Torn on the Scissor. And then I'm not going to let him roost, I'm just going to click Supersonic Sky Strike. Yeah, I'm just going to click Supersonic Sky Strike here, as I know he's going to Bullet Punch, but it basically lets me get in Heatran again and do the same thing by clicking Fire Blast. Yeah, so let's go ahead and do that right now. That's a totally fine play, and it'll basically give me a kill on anything right now, which is going to be really good late game. I think he'll maybe give me Scissor right here. It would be his best play. And I need to hit my Fire Blast because it'll basically not let him U-turn out right now, which would be really terrible for me. Oh, come on, can I hit this? This would be huge if I hit on Tapu Lele. Nice, this goes down. Okay, so Tapu Lele is down, which is amazing. He has to go Kartana here and click Sacred Sword. And once again, Bulu is my switch-in. As he tries to Sacred Sword. I'll go ahead and just Superpower here. I feel like he may try to do some sort of double Sacred Sword thing, expecting a double. But there's no way I can allow that to happen. He actually does go Scissor, and it does look like it actually takes 2 of those, which is unfortunate. But I can just go back to Heatran every time, and Scissor's eventually going to get worn down to the point where it can't come in anymore, so that'll be good for me. There's a Roost, but something does to Fire Blast again, so I don't really get the Roost play. I guess what he's trying to do right here is get rid of my Heatran and then try to 1v1 the remainder of my team with Scissor, but I'm going to keep Heatran alive no matter what. There's a miss. Okay, so I actually can't stay in right... Actually, I could just stay in, but... Yeah, because I don't think he has a way to knock me out. And I need the damage for Scarf Kartana anyway, so let's just stay in here. Had I hit that, it was definitely over, but... Let's see, maybe this will knock him out anyway? It nearly gets blown away. He is actually able to Volt Switch out. He has to go Kartana here. And once again, I'm just going to go Tapu Bulu. There's no reason to do anything else. Yep, Kartana. Always Bulu. Literally, there's no reason to do anything but go Bulu here. As he goes for knockoff, that's totally cool with me. I will once again just click Superpower. Because I can't double to Heatran expecting Scissor ever again. Because, like, I basically, as long as I hit my Fire Blast, I'll win this game, is what I'm trying to say right here. So, against this, I can just go Heatran again, which is cool. Because, like, eventually he'll be forced to Roost with Scissor to take my Tapu Bulu on, so that'll be good for me. So there's a U-turn, actually. So he's weakening himself, and I'll get Grassy Terrain here. I'm getting a little bit weakened, though, so it's kind of scary. There's a Kartana switch. I think what I could maybe do here is go Tapu Bulu and then try to win with my Kartana late game. Could Sacred Sword sweep me here? If I go Tapu Bulu now? No, I think Tapu Bulu will actually take the attacks. Yeah, I take Sacred Sword for really easily, actually, so... Now what I want to do is actually double to Medi here. No, I think I have this. It's gonna come to a play, I think, because if I superpower and he goes Scissor, he'll be able to take 2 of the hits again, and that'll be really bad for me. So I'm gonna go Heatran on the Scissor, right? And do I have to Earth Power, or do I have to Fire Blast, or can I Earth Power this? Heatran, OU Utility against Scissor. So if I go for Earth Power and I'm Choice Specs, can I knock him out in 1 hit from here? Let's give ourselves the Specs right now. So it looks like Earth Power is not going to be knocking him out, so I gotta try to hit a Fire Blast. He's going to sack Magearna, but there's no reason for me to do anything else right here. Unless he tries to go Kartana and play off the Miss, which is like the way I would lose right now. Healthy is Bulu. Bulu is actually in a bad spot versus Sacred Sword too, so that's a little bit problematic. It may come down to a Kartana speed tie. There's so many factors right now, but I'm going to go for Fire Blast. As he makes the proper play and sacks off that Mon. And brings back Kartana right here. So how much did its Sacred Sword do? 17. So I would come in at 17. Which is always scary to think about. Yeah, I think this comes down to the speed tie. As much as that sucks, but... Yeah, this may come down to the speed tie right here. Unless Medicham can live... No, it's not going to live from that percentage. Is there anything I can do right here to prevent the speed tie from determining the game? If I sack something and then go Bulu, I still can't take the hit. So it's going to come down to the speed tie. There's that. Actually, was that a misplay? Does my Sacred Sword still knock him out? I guess it doesn't make a difference, right? I go Medi every time and Fake Out first. Just for a bit of damage. I don't know how much Fake Out is doing right here, but it could be the difference between me knocking him out with Kartana or not, so... That's what I gotta do right now. Man, it sucks that the game's about to come down to the speed tie, but... It is what it is. I mean, Heatran did a ton of work this game, which is definitely very cool, but... Maybe I should, like... Obviously, my Torn was my big Kartana check, and it got crit by Leaf Blade. I would have gotten to it KO'd anyway. He actually does switch out, which... I guess he wants to keep that at 100%. My play right here is always just a high jump kick. And knock that out. Okay. So here he has to go Kartana. To which I sack my Heatran, right? And then bring in this. Click Fake Out. And then maybe it'll do enough damage for Sacred Sword. Perhaps. Actually did do good damage. So I think I actually knock him out from 94, I'm pretty sure. So he's going to go for Sacred Sword here. And then I think it comes down to this. Can I win the speed tie? Nope. Okay, let's see whether I would have knocked him out or not. Man, that really sucks. I really thought I had a good shot at that match. Let's see, though. Would I have knocked him out with the Sacred Sword? No, I wouldn't have knocked him out anyway. Kartana's defense is so good, 131. So that guy definitely played his endgame very well. I really thought I had it when I doubled to my Heatran, but I think my main mistake was just not playing offensively with Heatran in general. I should have tried to get it in as many times as I could, but I'll be right back with another game. Okay, I got the next game right here. Very unfortunate ending to the last one. I think I would have won that one had I hit the Fire Blast on Magearna, because he wouldn't have been able to sack it to my other Fire Blast, and he would have had to sack either Scissor or Kartana, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and move on to this one right here. Medicham is a fine lead, as he may lead off with... I was expecting Weavile or Lando, but he actually leads off with Tapu Koko here. This is a free Fake Out for sure. He may go Landorus-T, and it might be Helmet. As it is Helmet Lando, okay. I can just go Torn here and Defog. Or I can just go Clef and trade Rocks, but Clef is my Weavile check, so let's go Torn instead. On the Rocks, and maybe what I can do right here is just go for the Defog. As he goes Heatran. What is Heatran going to do here? Could go for a Magma Storm. I feel like my play is Knockoff. Just because I can at least knock off his item, and I don't think he's going to be knocking me out with anything. He goes for Sub. I'll go for U-turn here. Does he have Earth Power? Because it's actually kind of tough. Goes for that. I think I can live in Earth Power. I'm going to go for Earth Power here. He just knocked me out. Okay, but I got a kill now, which is cool. With my Mega Medicham now. And I will be clicking Ice Punch on the Lando switch, I think. Yeah, and I can go ahead and catch the Lando, and I'll be able to knock that out with that plus Zen Headbutt. I'm just clicking Zen Headbutt in case he goes out into the Feeny, but sucks that I'm taking so much helmet damage. I might put myself in range of Weavel's Pursuit, which could be bad. What's my win con here? Maybe... He actually goes Coco. I mean, I can go Bulu on this. Medicham's my way of beating that mon, the Venusaur, so I gotta keep this alive. I guess I could probably beat it with my... I'm gonna make a double here. And if he has Brave Bird, then it is what it is. Okay, we're able to get in safely, which is cool. This allows me to just go ahead and click Zen Headbutt. I don't think he goes Weavile. Maybe I should just fake out first. I'm gonna Zen Headbutt here. I don't think he... I think Weavile's a terrible play on his part. Yeah, okay, I'm able to knock that out. He may go Weavile now, but I feel like he might just go back to Coco. Yeah, back to Coco it is. Always back to Bulu. As he goes for Volt Switch, so he does have Volt Switch tech. Good play. Volt Switch is actually a really scary late game. So I think I might be able to win with my Kartana, which is going to be a pretty good win con if I can just weaken the Weavile here. So there's an Icicle Crash. I can get up rocks now. And all I need to do is weaken the Heatran, which I could do with my Medi maybe. So out comes Tran. I can bring in Torn here maybe. Let's go Torn. As he goes for the sub, which is totally cool with me. I'll just go right here for the Supersonic Sky Strike to break it. Man, this sub Tran is really giving me some trouble right now. Okay, I'm able to go ahead and break the sub, and he got a Lava Plume burn. I'll go ahead and U-turn here. I wish it was actually... actually, I guess it wouldn't have mattered. He would be behind a sub right now anyway. So there's the U-turn. I can go ahead and do this, and then click Superpower here, at least. Ideally, I live, and then he... Okay, all I need to do is not get burnt right now, and I'll be fine. Don't burn me. Nice. And what this allows me to do is click Superpower again. Ideally, he just knocks me out. That would be like best case scenario. Because I'm looking at the end game right here, and Kartana looks super good. But if he Scarf Coco, I'm in a terrible spot right now, which is going to be really tough to deal with. What I can do here is bring out my Medi. Healthy as Coco. It's pretty healthy. Medi is probably my play. It's either Medi or Kartana. I'll go Medi here. And click High Jump Kick. Yeah, I think this is okay. I knock it out. Okay, so if he's not Scarf Coco, I think I got this. I don't know if he would be Scarf Coco. But we shall be finding out soon, I guess. He goes Feeny here. I guess in theory, in case he is Scarf Coco, Fake Out would be my way of beating it. So I'll sack off another Pokemon here. Like my Torn. To the Scald. And what I can do here is just click Hurricane. I think Kartana lives one from Scarf Coco. Unfortunately miss. I don't even know if I knock him out with my Leaf Blade, which is kind of lame. I should have just knocked, to be honest, but I'll click Moonblast now and just start to weaken this. Yeah, that looks good to me. Because like whatever he switches in is going to be taking some damage, right? So tries to taunt for, I don't know what he's expecting, maybe Calm Mind. But I will be just Moonblasting him down right now. He has Tenacious Madness, or maybe... Yeah, he actually misses it, which I don't know if that's going to end up mattering. Because I already had the damage for Kartana's Leaf Blade anyway, so... Let's continue weakening him. Yeah, I think Kartana can take one hit from Coco. Because it's resisted. I mean, I know it's like not a bulky Pokemon by any means, but I think it can take one naturally. Assuming it's Scarf. And if it's not Scarf, then I win. Goes for Nature's Madness. I mean, I'll just keep on clicking Moonblast. I have no reason to do anything else. And I get rid of that Pokemon, so let's see what he does. Does he go Coco here? The problem is I could put myself in range of Ice Shard with the Thunderbolt, which could be scary. Goes Weavile actually, so what this allows me to do is just go for Moonblast on the Icicle Crash, get in my Kartana here, click Leaf Blade, I believe, and we'll be finding out how this endgame plays out, I guess. So he didn't even Ice Shard, which means I think I still live the Thunderbolt. You Scarf Man? Scarf Coco's a cool set, but it's not super common. Let's find out right here. He is Scarf Coco, but as I said, Thunderbolt is not going to knock out my Kartana because if he Ice Sharded, he won. I don't know why he didn't Ice Shard. Was he banded? I guess he was banded. No, he was Life Orb. Why didn't he Ice Shard? He would have won the game right there, but we're able to go ahead and take that, which is cool. And that was pretty interesting, and I'll be right back with another game. Okay, I got the next game right here. I don't know what just happened that last game. I guess his set might have been Icicle Crash, Knockoff, Pursuit, Low Kick or something like that, and maybe he just didn't have Ice Shard, but I don't know, it worked out for us right there, and let's see what we can do right here. Medicham is a giant threat, as is Heatran. Heatran is actually great here. He's probably leading off with Deontay. Let's just see if he wants to choke and stay in for no reason on my Smart Strike, which I will be clicking, of course. Because if he wants to stay in on Smart Strike for no reason, after Mega Evolving, I'll take it. Like, just expecting no Choice Scarf, maybe? So he just goes Landau, which is a pretty okay play. I mean, it'll weaken it for my Kartana later, as he reveals to be lefty, so that's totally cool. Clef is not really good here. Dies to Gunk Shot from Banded Hoopa. Doesn't really take on Greninja at all, and then Kartana, Magearna, Landau are pretty good against it, but yeah, I think that's fine. I want to trade Rocks before he Mega Evolves that Deontay, so let's go ahead and do that right now. Because Rocks being up could be great for my own Kartana late game. It should put several things in range of my attacks, like for example Landau when it comes back in should be in range of Medicham's Ice Punch, which could be good. But he goes Magearna here. My Magearna switching is always Heatran. Even if he wants to Volt Switch, it'll be tough, but we can try to outplay it. A set that I really want to try out actually is Gunk Shot Hydro Pump Greninja with Protean, because a lot of players like to respond to it with like Tapu Bulu, and if you just Gunk Shot it once and that was their only water resist, you can basically just click Hydro Pump with Protean and grand the rest of the game. I want to try that. Okay, so we get an attack here, which is going to be really, really nice. I think I just click Flash Cannon. Stays in. Okay. Interesting. Maybe I should have Fire Blasted. I didn't think about staying in. I thought he would definitely switch out. But I guess looking back at it, Magearna... I mean, Magearna is kind of useful for him against my Torn and Kartana. Grand comes out. Bulu every time. But I guess it's in range of Fire Blast next time anyway. Goes for Spike. Okay, I probably have to defog this stuff away later. Right here, I think I just click Horn Leech. Like, this pawn's a really good win con. Now that I look at it, Tapu Bulu can actually just solo his team if I get rid of Hoopa. Or if Hoopa doesn't have Gunk Shot or Fire Punch, which I'm assuming it has one of the two. So it goes Landau. I'll get even more damage on Landau for my Kartana now. So it's basically looking like Sacred Sword is going to win if I just weaken this a little more. But I will still go Torn here. On Hidden Power Ice, it looks like. Let's see right here. Would he actually give me this Pokemon? Because if he does, then I actually just win with Kartana Sacred Sword. I guess maybe Shuriken hits could be a problem, but we'll find out. Or maybe, what did he do with the Greninja? Was it Spikes? It was Spikes Battle Bond, right? He didn't change typing over here. Because if it's Spikes Protean, it could actually be Scarf, but it looks like it was Battle Bond. So it goes Deontay right here. I think I just click Defog here. And let him knock me out, for all I care. And now what I can do is go Kartana. And I'm pretty sure even behind the defense boost, this is going to knock him out, so that's cool. And I don't think there's any one attack he can lock himself into with his Kartana that'll beat me. So let's see what he does here. Maybe back to Gran. I'm going to calc whether Gran dies or not. And same with Magearna. So goes Magearna. I'm just going to assume it lives and make the smart play and go Heatran on the Hidden Power Fire. Yeah, there's no way I could do anything else, and I get a free kill right here with Fire Blasts with Choice Specs with the Flash Fire. I think Hoopa, with its great Spit F, might die too, Just gives me Magearna, which is cool. So maybe back to Greninja here. But yeah, with that gone, now Sacred Sword is like my best win con. Greninja comes out. So as we saw, I can take a Sacred Sword from his Kartana if it is Choice Scarf. So maybe I should just stay in here. Nah, Boo is the play. Yeah, I'm the Hydro Pump. And what this allows me to do is basically just click Superpower, right? Because if you go Sacred Sword, I can go out into one of my 2 resists after. Yeah, I'll click Superpower here. On the incoming Kartana, and I could knock it out. Wouldn't have mattered. I win the game with Kartana at this point anyway. Even SD Timid Kartana would not have been able to do it because of Fake Out pressure. So, yeah, out comes Hoopa right here. I can just click... I can just go Clefable here on the Psyshock and click Moonblast. I don't know if that's Specs or whether he's like fighting EMZ. He would need, I think, Psyche EMZ or a Gunk Shot with a mixed set right here to knock me out. Just goes for Psyshock again, and that should officially seal it up because he's in range of my Kartana now. Which is definitely very beneficial for me. I don't think even 5 Shuriken hits can knock me out. And he actually goes down right there, which is cool. So, assuming he's not Specs Battle Bond, then Kartana will live the Shurikens. Okay, so then I'm fine anyway. My play right here is Moonblast, as that didn't even knock me out, and Moonblast is able to blow him away. So we're able to go ahead and win that game. I'll drop a GG, and I'll be right back with another one. Okay, I got the next game right here. It turns out I've actually only played 3 games so far, which is definitely surprising. Usually by this point in the live, I've already played 4 or 5, but looking at this team, really weak to Mega Medicham and Scarf Kartana, I think I'll probably be going for the Smart Strike sweep right here. Just gotta weaken Tangrowth, Torn, and Garchomp. In terms of leads, I feel like he'll just lead off with his Lopunny, so I can lead Clef here. Yeah, so I'm able to get that right. Because it also did well against Garchomp to some extent. Obviously, SD plus Ground EMZ could be scary. He'll click Fake Out, I know, but no reason for me to do anything else. Let's just go ahead and click Rocks right here. And try to start weakening his team, as I said. So there's that Fake Out. I can click Moonblast here. Actually, it doesn't have a switch in, so that's pretty sweet. And if he wants to go Torn, I'll start weakening that for my Kartana, which is cool. And if he goes for a turn, I don't really care. Because I'll be doing a ton of damage to him, so... Yeah, it looks like Smart Strike's my best win condition here, though. Unless he gives me the opportunity to sweep with Leaf Blade, which should be by weakening Torn and Tangrowth. Which is also a very viable option, of course. I just hope it's not Scarf Coco like the other game, which I definitely should have lost, but won. And let's see what happens right here, because he doesn't have a Fairy Resist. If he is pivoting out, it should be Tangrowth, but I feel like he may also just go into... perhaps Torn, just to defog any rocks I want to put up, or maybe go for a knockoff. Does go Tangrowth, though. Does reveal to be AV. I feel like I can just click rocks here pretty safely. Like, I know knockoff is coming out, right? I'll go Heatran here on, hopefully not an Earthquake, but I'll live it, I think, anyway. Torn is my better play. Let's just go Torn. Because Heatran could get hit by an Earthquake and get OHKO'd, so no point in risking that. Now, I might want to actually not go for the Z move right away, because if he goes Coco, it'll live it, and then it might be Roost Coco, which could be scary. But yeah, this Tangrowth is definitely one of the things I need weakened for Kartana, so in theory I could stay in right here, but I think I would go down to Giga Drains anyway. Does go for Sludge Bomb, does not poison me, so I could have gotten in Tran right there and gotten a Specs Fire Blast off. Very unfortunate. I think I just click my Z move. Let's hope this is not Roost Coco. Or hopefully it's Scarf, if anything. So it takes a bit. I don't know if you would be Roost. I'll go Bulu. I just don't have Roost. I want this damage off for, like, also my Mega Medicham's Fake Out, of course, is really good right here, so... Yeah, Mega Medicham can actually do some really great work late game. Let's see what he has. He has a Roost, so I shouldn't have gone for the Z move, so... Unfortunate. I'll make a double... he's just gonna go for U-turn, actually, so... I'll click Horn Leech. Yeah, I was gonna go Heatran, but then he gets to go for the U-turn anyway, so... And he actually goes Tangrowth, so... Now I can go Heatran because Grassy Terrain is up, and I can live an Earthquake. Goes Crawdaunt? Okay, so this is interesting. I outspeed him. Grassy Terrain is up. I'm clicking HB Grass. Get out of there. Okay, so that's really cool. Specs HB Grass under Grassy Terrain is able to knock out Crawdaunt, which is really nice to see. He still has a win con right here with Mega Lopunny for sure, but getting rid of that is one big step for my Smart Strike for sure. Like, Smart Strike is looking a lot better now. I still got a weakened Tangrowth though, which is going to be a really tough task. I'm just glad we got that KO though, that was really cool. I guess he clicked Crab Hammer and tried to catch something coming in, but yeah, I couldn't let that happen. So yeah, that tech is really cool. And let's see what he brings in now. Maybe Garchomp or Lopunny would be his best bets right here. I guess he could just go Torn too, because he obviously knows that I have HP Grass now. But that would give him a Defog, which could be pretty bad actually. I don't want the Defog going off. But he goes Garchomp, okay, so if it was Sash, it's broken now, which is cool. What's my switch in here? I think maybe Clef. Goes for his rocks. Gives me another Moonblast. On the Tangrowth, I get a drop too. I'll continue Moonblasting here. I think I 1v1 it. Yeah, as he tries to knock off again, but I'm not going to give him a knockoff on anything. So it goes Torn. I got a crit on Torn, which is really big. He's giving me like all the Smart Strikes checks though, so that's what I'm kind of confused about. What do you go now, Coco? Goes Coco, takes not too much. I'll go Bulu here on the Roost, and now what I can do is just... I mean, the thing with Coco is it always forces me to just stay in because he has U-turn, right? So I'll go for Horn Leech because I really can't do anything else against Coco. She actually goes Garchomp though, which is interesting. I guess he probably has Poison Jab. I'll go Clef on Flamethrower, okay. And, I mean, did he Roost with Coco? He did, okay, so that did nothing because of terrain. I don't know why I forgot about grassy terrain right there, but I will take that. And it's looking like more of a Kartana win soon. So Torn comes out. Did it just go down? It died, okay. I can soft boiled here. I think I live a return. Do you have Power Up Punch? Probably has Power Up Punch, but yeah, I think I live that. Nice. And he's trying to go for the crit. I'll try to play for not getting crit if I can. There's a crit, okay, but he got it a few turns too late. Look at how bulky Clef is. 39 for Mega Lopunny's return. That is very insane. Okay, I'll go Bulu here on the Thunderbolt and just click. I can just SD now for like basically free. And he just goes ahead and forfeits right there. So yeah, we were able to go ahead and get the upper hand in that game. And we'll go ahead and end off the live right there. We managed to pull it back after that first pretty brutal loss against the Kartana, but I believe we ended off 3-1, which is definitely very cool. Did hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, the team will be down below in the description in case you guys do want to try it out alongside me. And I'll see you next time. Later.